for coming on and chatting with me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, awesome. So for those who are familiar with the Mady Project, formerly known as the Mady Fund, you guys have recently in the past year merged with the Epilepsy Foundation of New England.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about you've been a part of it for 16 years. So tell me a little bit about kind of the transition from the Mady Fund and how that kind of worked into now the Mady Project and sort of how that's advanced everything.
Sure. So we merged with the organization, the Mady Fund and the Epilepsy Foundation New England in 2017. So we became the Mady Project. So we're effectively one organization. We service families and individuals affected by epilepsy all across New England, and in Rhode Island specifically. I'm the Rhode Island Field Service Manager, so we do all different programs and services for families. Sort of an extension of where the doctor's visits leave off, we sort of take over. We run support groups, camps, programs for youth and kids.
Yeah, it's a really great network for
exactly.
people. And so tell us about kind of like go way back. So how did this start as a whole? I mean, what was the Mady Fund? How did it come about?
Well, the Mady Fund was started by the Saravos, a Saravo family out of their son, Mady Saravo, who passed away from a prolonged seizure back in 2003. So that was really a labor of love starting that organization in honor of their son.
And it's really grown to be what it is today, now servicing 4 different states, correct?
Right.
And really helping countless families.
It was really amazing that we were able to bring their incredible programs and services across all of New England now.
Yeah. So how did that partnership kind of come about? What was sort of the spark that led to saying, okay, let's combine our resources and get bigger?
I don't know. I guess really our new CEO, Susan Lin, took over Epilepsy Foundation New England back in 2016. And really it just was a great partnership, between the Saravos and our new CEO, and it just worked. Everything kind of...
So now it's just a bigger reach, and now the Maddy Project and the Epilepsy Foundation of New England, which are sort of one but still operating as 2 names, can help more families. And so you mentioned support groups, you mentioned camps. I mean, what else is happening sort of on a day-to-day basis over at the Maddy Project? What are you kind of focused on regularly?
We do a program called My Friend Maddy. It's an education program that we bring to schools, educating elementary age children. That's the book that the Saravos wrote about their son Maddy. So we go out into schools and we educate kids about epilepsy, which is really fun. We also do school personnel trainings, first responder trainings, which is really important, educating the public about epilepsy. Really important to remember that 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy in their lifetime, which is a big statistic that people don't realize.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, it's one of the larger organizations in relation to epilepsy in the U.S. and so what is sort of the importance of organizations like this for families, to have out there? I mean, what do you see the real value in the Maddy Project as?
I think one of the most important things is bringing people together. A lot of people who receive a diagnosis like this feel so isolated initially. And they find an organization like the Mady Project or Epilepsy Foundation New England, and they get a sense of belonging and togetherness. And they come to a support group or a walk or an event, and they just find other people that can relate to what they're going through. And something like that is really an invaluable resource that we can provide. Yeah,
it also really involves people that do have epilepsy in the organization as well, which kind of is a higher purpose and a sense of belonging in that regard, which is really great. So often you have really cool and fun events that bring people together that have been impacted by epilepsy or just those who support the cause. So there is one happening Saturday, so that's why we have you guys on today, which is really coolly named the Mardi Gras Gala.
Yes, we're so excited about it.
Yeah, so this is sort of, if anybody's been to the Snow Angel Balls, which are sponsored by the Mady Fund over the years. I think they were usually at the Crown Plaza. Yep. And then last year there was a casino night, which is a little bit of a difference from that event. Now, this year, you guys are coming over to Providence, to the Renaissance Hotel, which is a really cool venue, for Mardi Gras. So how did this happen? I mean, we're almost at Mardi Gras, I guess, in March, so it's really pretty fitting. So kind of how did this idea happen, and what are we going to expect this year?
Sure. So we're going through, a continuation of the Snow Angel Ball and sort of different theme. You mentioned the casino night last year, and before that we had a Roaring 20s theme. Okay. So I think a themed party is always fun to get people out and excited, and I mean, who doesn't love to dress up?
Who doesn't love a themed party? Yeah.
Especially with purple being the color for epilepsy, Mardi Gras is a perfect theme for this.
Yeah, so fitting. So fitting. And so what can we expect if you attend the event? I mean, it's always, sit-down dinner and kind of auctions. What are people going to see when they get there?
Yeah, so doors open at 7 o'clock at the Renaissance, and we'll have silent auction its. We serve a complimentary signature drink. Oh. So New Orleans themed. It'll be hurricanes.
Oh, hurricanes.
Yeah,
nice.
With hors d'oeuvres, and we have a pasta station.
Great.
And we'll have a couple games going on as well to keep the entertainment going.
Okay.
And we'll have a band and a DJ.
Yeah, there's always good dancing.
There
is always good dancing and good silent auction items. Do you happen to know of any pretty spectacular ones this year?
I think we have a couple, yes. Yeah. So we have a Rob Gronkowski signed jersey.
Nice.
And signed football.
Okay.
Which is so fitting after the Patriots Super Bowl win.
Super fitting, yep.
And if you're not too keen on vacuuming around the house, we do have an iRobot.
Oh, nice.
And if you have to upgrade your entertainment system, we have a new Sony soundbar.
Oh, that's so great. And these are all things that were donated by those in support of the organization. That's really great. And then, so you can win silent auction items, you can dance, eat, and what does everything goes back to the Mady Project as
the Maddy Project,
okay.
and that's all the programs and services that Christina mentioned down here in Rhode Island.
And so besides this upcoming event, which is sort of one of your bigger events of the year and more fun and sort of laid back, what else do you guys have coming up in the coming months? Are you working on anything new, or are we kind of continuing with the programs that exist? What can we expect over the next few months from you guys?
In the next coming months, we're scheduling some parent meetups, which are, as we mentioned, really important to bring people together. We're continuing with our Young Leaders Network. And that's for teens and young adults to get them together once a month.
Those with epilepsy.
With epilepsy, yeah. And we have an adult support group that we run. And that's another monthly group that meets at Rhode Island Hospital. Okay. And we have an Easter egg hunt. That's
nice.
That's for, Easter for young kids with epilepsy and their families. And then we have a bunch of different camps going on.
Awesome.
A therapeutic horseback riding camp, a sailing camp, which was new last summer. It was really successful, so we're doing it again this summer. Okay. So everybody had a great time. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I always ask, because it's so nice to talk about. Do either of you have sort of a story that you can recollect that was just really kind of touched your heart and was inspirational as being a part of the organization for so long? I'm sure you have a million, but are there any that you can kind of think of that kind of stick out to you over the past year?
Over the past year?
No, does that
I think
past
for
year?
me, so I've been
anytime.
Yeah, I've been with the organization almost 2 years now, and last year was the first time I was able to go to Camp Maddy, which is a therapeutic horseback riding camp in Rehoboth, Mass. And being there and being around the kids and hearing them say, I've never been around so many children like me that have epilepsy and know what I'm going through. And here I am being so independent, being able to ride a horse on my own with my new friends is really powerful to hear that message.
That's great. That's awesome. And do you have one you want to share?
I mean, there's really a
Probably
lot.
A million, I know.
There really are. I mean, as David mentioned, camp is always a really powerful experience, and being around the kids who get to meet other people.
Yeah.
I feel like the Young Leaders Network is a really amazing experience for a lot of kids. They're a lot of times meeting other kids that have epilepsy for the first time, and learning a lot about themselves.
Yeah.
Reaching a level of self-awareness for the first time. Learning how to be a little bit independent. That's a really powerful thing.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it must be like to feel isolated and then meet a whole group of people that are experiencing the same thing that you are. I mean, that must be really exciting to be a part of and see.
And similarly, we get the same reactions at support groups too, with adults with epilepsy, where they get this aha moment when they're at a support group and they meet another adult with epilepsy that's experiencing the same thing that they go through, and that's also a really powerful experience to witness.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it's amazing. Well, thank you guys for coming on to talk to us a little bit about the Maddy Project, and congratulations on the expansion. That's really awesome, and I mean, I'm sure you'll continue to grow and make a huge impact in the community. And let's talk about how people can attend Mardi Gras this weekend. If you're looking for something to do on Saturday night and you want to dress up in your Mardi Gras best, how do we purchase tickets?
So you can visit madygala.org to purchase tickets. They'll be on sale until 3 p.m. tomorrow, which is Friday. And you can also buy them at the door if you want to find out, last minute dance.
Just decide to head over to the Renaissance. Really cool venue, so it should be it's very fitting for the
7 p.m.
event.
at the Renaissance.
There you go. Yeah. So we hope you guys get out there to support a great cause. You can go get yourself a Gronk jersey, or you can be lazy and have an iRobot clean your house. So plenty of great things to win. Christina and David, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with me today. And we hope everybody gets out this weekend and celebrates in some way, but why not this way? This seems like a great thing to do on a Saturday night. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back with our last guest, our resident Jim Fortier, who's going to talk with us about some Valentine's Day style ideas. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back in just a couple minutes.